So this week we begin the process of blending the chest voice with the head voice, which is what everybody's after, okay? That middle mix resonance, right? The money notes for a lot of us, and really the component which makes it sound like we have one instrument instead of these different places that sound disconnected from one another, okay? So today can be very exciting. You really need to start to think about your own voice and where you're at vocally today. Some of you are really comfortable with strength and you're singing with a lot of volume, but you tend to maybe have problems with stamina or consistency, or maybe you're having problems with pitch because you're singing with a lot of effort and you need to find more flexibility, and that's why the head voice was important, but then it feels like a major shift to go into that head voice, right? Some of you have great flexibility and great range, but you're lacking a little bit of power. And you're saying, I really want to mix because I've got my chest voice, but I wish it was a little bit stronger. I've got my head voice, I feel really comfortable there, and again, I'm feeling a disconnect between the registers. So today are the exercises that are going to help to blend everything together, and you need to start to think, what's going to help me the most? You can begin to think of today's workout as something that can add quality, but also release to the chest resonance, or you can think of it likewise as something that adds quality or more strength to the high head voice, and it really starts to bridge those two registers together, okay? What we're going to be working with today is pharyngeal resonance. And if you remember me talking about these different resonators, we have what's called the pharynx, or the pharyngeal resonance, and that's that C-shaped wall at the back of your throat, okay? So when we go for this today, you know that a lot of times I start my vocal workouts with NG hums, and that's the quickest way to feel that resonant sensation. So everybody real quick, like the end of the word song, say and feel how that lifts in the back, and you can feel the vibrations hitting the back wall of your throat, and then immediately it reflects through the nasal passage, and you also feel resonance up on the bridge of your nose again, just very similar to head voice. Right, so we're going to be working a lot today with nasal resonance. And remember that I've said this before in past classes, I really need you to think that nasal resonance is not nasality. Okay, nasality is an exaggeration, and we're going to be using some exaggeration today to make sure that you're singing in the correct space. But in a finished sound, nasality is usually associated with something that's a little exaggerated. Nasal resonance, though, is part of all healthy singing. If you didn't have nasal resonance in all your registers, it would sound like you had a cold, and you'd sound very dull and a little bit stuck, okay, like your nose was all stuffed up. So we don't want that. Nasal resonance provides ring and ping and brilliance to your voice. It can make a head voice sound really exciting and a lot more full and start to mix qualities into it. And it can provide release to a chest voice, and as you ascend, start to bridge it into the head voice so that you can keep singing higher and higher and higher and not get hung up in that lowest register. Does this make sense? Okay, so let's start with exercise 1. Let's do our NG hums real quick, all right? We're going to do a 5-tone scale. Now, a couple of caveats, okay? This is not a loud sound, okay? You've got to make sure that this is medium to light, and you do want to use just enough vocal energy that it closes the chords. So everybody, again, just as light as a hum, say, Yeah, I recently had someone comment on social media on one of my videos about this, that was making their throat tired. So that means, you know, my best instinct without getting to work with that singer is that they were doing this too heavy and too loud. This is not a loud sound. This should be like the first thing you do in the morning. But when you vocalize on NG, you should feel how it shifts all the resonance flowing through the nasal passages. It doesn't allow the resonance to flow through the mouth. If we hum, we're right back in the mouth, we're right back in chest voice, and you can feel the resonance on your lips. But as soon as you go to NG, it blocks the sound and sends it through the nasal passage. So even the same pitches choose a different airflow, okay? Let's try this together. Let's all do that. 2, 3, 4. That's it. Glide back and forth even. And feel how it's a very weightless sound. It doesn't feel heavy, but it also has a nice connection. It shouldn't feel airy or weak. That's it. those resonance sensations on the bridge of your nose and inward on the back wall of your throat. Just allow it. Let your jaw hang loose. Good. Ladies, you can stop whenever you need to. Feminine voices. Whenever it feels like you're getting too high, just stop. We want to go a little higher for the masculine bridge. One more. Good, okay, and remember another way to utilize this exercise is to slide right into those vocal bridges. So let's try that real quick. All right, I need you to make sure that this feels very tall in the back of your throat with the soft palate. It goes there naturally. And I need you to make sure that you're not putting any weight on the voice. So we want to breathe in almost like we're about to yawn. And then try that for me. And masculine voices, you can be on just don't sit on that chest voice, okay? Keep it very light. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're paying attention, you can really feel the action of the cricothyroid stretching the cords back to front. Like a rubber band. Sing through the middle. Good. Now here we come to EFF sharp. That's going to be the masculine first bridge and the feminine second bridge. Sing easy. Remember, if you can get a little vibrato, that helps increase the resonance and release some tension. Good. Now, feminine voices, you can stop or you can drop down. Up to the masculine second bridge, A, B, flat, B. That's right. We're in Tenderland. And here's high C. Those transition points, okay? Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to develop that. How do we move that forward? We want to keep the freedom and the success that we just found on NG. We want to keep that lightweight production that doesn't feel heavy or stuck, but also that gentle chord closure that feels successful and gets us through our bridges. But then we want to start to add more fullness and bring it into a little bit more of a natural sound. So everybody one more time, give me the NG, say and then feel that migrate down to the lips and take on a little bit more body in the mouth cavity. Exactly. So this next exercise, we're going to go back to our long scale, and the first time we want to sing mezzo piano and feel the voice blend from chest to head. Then we're going to come around a second time on and I want to try to add a little fullness. Okay? Little secret. When you're singing on anything that vocalizes with the mouth shut, it makes it a lot easier for the voice to transition correctly. When you open the mouth up, you can get stuck and you can widen the mouth and get a little bit hung up in chest voice. That can cause you to break or flip. But when you have the mouth closed, as soon as that resonance needs to, it's going to go backwards and upwards and towards head voice because this door is shut. Okay? So vocalizing on ms and ms can be really effective for learning to transition your voice properly. And then you can start singing it on open vowels when your voice really has been reprogrammed and knows what it's doing. Okay? So we're doing NG, to an M, like a classic hum, and that should help you feel like the voice takes on a little bit more mix, a little bit more strength. Let's try it back to back. Get a good breath. One more time. The exercise sounds like this. Without stopping, it's going to be okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. NG to an M. NG to an M. That's it. Feel the resonance on the pharynx. And then move it to the hard palate. Feel it on the bridge of your nose. And then on the lips. Let the singing be flexible, but connected. Let the first one be light and connected. And then add a little presence as you move the sound to the mouth. If you feel a break, keep going. You will get better. You'll smooth those transitions out. Remember to only sing as high as you comfortably can. Here's high B flat. We got a lot of different voices, so just sing where you can. And here's high C, one more time. How's that feeling? Is that making sense to people? Okay, so remember that the NG is really powerful, but it's just a guide, and it should never be pushed, it should never be forced. Moving it to the starts to develop it. And then if you wanted to practice that even more fully, I want you to spend some time with this, okay, and let it develop in your voice. But you could start where you open the vowel. So a third stroke would be start to move that into the voice, okay? The tendency when we open the mouth and we can hear ourselves is to try to push or to start to try to fix the sound. So this is really about surrendering back into sensation, feeling the voice work, and then just allowing yourself to hear the sound as the lips part. Try not to sing any louder or harder once you transition that to real vowels, okay?
Interested in more voice training? Visit us at wolfstudiosnyc.com.